The Democratic Republic of Congo is often referred to as one of the richest countries in terms of natural resources, boasting an abundance of precious minerals, metals, and other valuable assets. It's a nation that should be swimming in wealth, but reality tells a different story. Could this country be Africa's greatest untapped gold mine? Stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of the DRC's riches, challenges, and future. Despite being blessed with an embarrassment of riches, the DRC continues to struggle with political instability, corruption, and economic challenges that prevent it from fully utilizing its natural resources. The country has been plagued by conflict, mismanagement, and a lack of investment in critical infrastructure, making it difficult for the government to effectively manage its resources. Imagine a country blessed with an estimated $24 trillion worth of untapped natural resources. From the dense rainforest to the sprawling savanna, the Democratic Republic of Congo is a geological marvel. It is home to massive reserves of gold, diamonds, and cobalt, minerals that are indispensable to global industries. Yet, despite its abundant riches, the DRC remains one of the poorest nations in the world. This paradox is a stark reminder of the challenges that plague the nation. Gold reserves in the DRC are valued at over $25 billion, making it one of the largest gold producers globally. Its diamond mines supply precious stones to countries like Belgium, China, America, France, and Israel. Meanwhile, cobalt, a critical component in electric vehicle batteries, positions the DRC as a linchpin in the global transition to renewable energy. With global demand for cobalt expected to soar, the DRC could play a pivotal role in the electric vehicle revolution and mobile devices manufacture. The global demand for these resources is skyrocketing, driven by the rapid growth of the tech industry and the increasing adoption of renewable energy sources. The DRC is strategically positioned to capitalize on this trend, but it needs to put in place the necessary infrastructure, regulations, and investment to do so. Another significant development is the launch of the first-ever battery-grade cobalt refinery in the DRC. This refinery has the potential to increase the value of cobalt exports, create jobs, and reduce the country's reliance on foreign capital. It's a pivotal moment that could mark a turning point in the DRC's economic fortunes. Despite its natural wealth, the DRC is mired in poverty, political instability, and corruption. Over 60% of its population lives below the poverty line, grappling with hunger, disease, and inadequate infrastructure. Roads crumble, ports languish in disrepair, and railways remain non-functional, making the transportation of goods and people a logistical nightmare. Infrastructure's poor state hinders the nation's economic potential, leaving millions of Congolese people in poverty. Political instability has been another perennial challenge. Decades of conflict have eroded the government's ability to provide basic services. Corruption compounds the issue. The wealth generated by the DRC's natural resources has often been siphoned off by officials and foreign companies, leaving little for the local population. The DRC's wealth lies beneath its surface. Gold and diamonds are mined extensively, but cobalt is the crown jewel. As electric vehicles become more widespread, demand for cobalt is expected to skyrocket, potentially transforming the DRC's economic landscape. However, the country's mining sector remains largely unregulated, leading to environmental degradation, water pollution, and the displacement of communities. Mining companies often operate without accountability, creating a cycle of exploitation that benefits a few while harming many. One shining example of potential lies in the Kibali gold mine, one of the DRC's largest mining projects. A joint venture between a local company, Kamau Copper, and a Canadian firm, just to name a few, Kibali has created thousands of jobs and invested heavily in infrastructure, from roads, schools to healthcare facilities. It is hailed as a model for responsible mining practices. Could the Kibali model be replicated to ensure that Congo's wealth benefits its people? Please, remember to subscribe, share, like, and comment. The DRC's economic potential is immense, but its challenges are equally significant. Without proper governance, the country risks losing control of its wealth to corruption and foreign exploitation. However, with the right policies and partnerships, the DRC could leverage its resources to drive economic growth, attract foreign investment, and improve living standards for its people. The stakes are high. If managed responsibly, the DRC's resources could lift millions out of poverty and position the country as a key player in global markets. But failure to address the underlying issues could exacerbate regional instability and entrench the cycle of poverty. The DRC's mineral wealth has also fueled regional tensions. Rebel groups and foreign entities frequently exploit its resources to fund conflicts, creating a volatile security situation. Neighboring countries, eager to tap into the DRC's riches, have been implicated in cross-border conflicts. Some of DRC's neighboring countries harbor rebel groups which its use against the nation to destabilize the region, while the foreign mining companies siphon the nation's resources with help from the elites and strong politicians. The resulting instability not only affects the DRC but threatens the entire Central African region. The DRC's resources are both a blessing and a curse, explains Dr. Henri Matondo, a regional expert. Unless governance, accountability and transparency improve, the country will remain a battleground for those seeking to exploit its wealth. To understand the DRC's current challenges, one must look to its colonial past. Under Belgian rule, the country's resources were ruthlessly extracted, leaving behind a legacy of exploitation and weak institutions. Post-independence, successive governments have struggled to break free from this pattern, with corruption and conflict perpetuating the cycle. The Democratic Republic of Congo stands at a pivotal moment in its history. With the global demand for its resources at an all-time high, the choices made today will shape the nation's future. Will the DRC become a beacon of prosperity, or will it remain trapped in a cycle of exploitation and poverty? It's a deep question to answer by DRC elites and politicians. The international community, local leaders, and mining corporations must collaborate to ensure that the DRC's wealth benefits its people. Investment in infrastructure, transparency in governance, and responsible mining practices are essential. The DRC's wealth is undeniable, but it's being held back by a range of obstacles, including political instability, corruption, and a lack of investment in critical infrastructure. Until these challenges are addressed, the country will continue to struggle to realize its full potential. As we conclude this report, we urge our viewers to stay informed about the DRC's journey. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and join us for future updates on this vital story. This is Trending News Plus, bringing you the stories that matter most.